Hello, how are you? I hope you've been doing well, you've been keeping safe, and you are happy and blessed in the Lord. How is your evening? How is your weekend? What have you been doing? What have you been up to for the whole of the week? Is God not gracious in our lives? Well, welcome to another episode of Youth Space. As you always say here at Youth Space, it is a space where we talk about anything that concerns young people. It is our space to freely talk and freely indulge. Well, today, as usual, we are here, full set. Today at least we have another gentleman joining us. It's not one man standing again. So welcome to Youth Space. Feel free to talk with us, feel free to communicate with us. We are here for your sake. We've been anticipating to have you. Today I'm joined by a lady and a gentleman from Presbyterian University. It's amazing having you guys on set.
Thank you.
Karibuni sana. So I'll give them a chance to say hi and introduce themselves. Some of them, it's actually been a while being here. Yeah, you guys look amazing. The smiles. Karibuni.
Asante sana.
So begin with Ben on the other side, introduce yourself and then more.
My name is Benjamin K. Cheboson from the Presbyterian University of East Africa, and I think in this episode I'm glad to join the team.
Asante sana Ben.
Yeah.
Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Feel welcomed.
Yeah.
Maureen. My name is Maureen Cheptoa. I'm also from the Presbyterian University of East Africa, and I'm glad to be here at your space.
Yeah. Wow. Karibuni sana.
Asante.
Yeah, today we are talking about a very important issue. I think this issue covers almost every other topic we've ever talked about at this space. If you give it a keen look.
Yeah.
Like today we are talking about struggles of teenagers and their rights, because we say these are space and these are space for the teens, these are space for the teenagers. I think if not sisi wote to escape teenage by an age or something. Because teen inaanzianga 13 to 19. So I think some of us are 20, 21. Kwa imeenda sana 22.
Wengine ni mababu.
But at least we've been there.
Yeah.
So today we are talking about the struggles of teenagers and their rights. What are teenagers going through in life? That is what we are talking about here. So just to give a brief background. Are teenagers struggling? Ama teens wana enjoy? Ama my youth tuko tuna enjoy life in our country today, in our society? Tuko tuna enjoy kweli? Or is there some struggles that we are having? Maureen, is it important for us to talk about issues of teenagers and how they are struggling? Is it important?
Very, very important because, you know, when you're talking about the teens and the struggles, it's like in our fuata, you can't separate the two.
Wow.
And you will find that most people, when they reach this 12, 13 hapo, the adolescent inaanza kuingia. So, from the word go, struggling in this age bracket ya teens, iko. And it's something that is so crucial, something that is so critical that you have to talk about. So it's so important that you talk about, because these are the youths and they face these challenges. Yeah, they struggle. Yeah.
So it is important.
It's very important.
Yeah, well, Ben?
Okay, I'll join Maureen by agreeing that actually teens are struggling. By the fact that all over the country, in fact all over the world, there are a lot of issues coming up every day and every now and then about the teens. They have a lot and they don't have a place to speak. And here in this space, I see it's very important that we talk about it.
Yeah, so it is important here at Youth Space for us to talk about the struggles of teenagers.
Yeah.
Well, that is what we are going to talk about. And just to begin with, what are some of the issues? Let's just peruse at some of the issues, and maybe so that our audience at home can get what are some of the issues that young people, because there are a lot of issues. If we begin talking about them right now, we won't end.
Yeah, sure.
Personally, as a youth, I have a lot of problems, and I'm just a representative of another function, another sanction of many young people going through the same things. So what are some of those things? Can we peruse some of those things? And maybe if you have an example, maybe it would really do us good, because we are really showing how solid this issue is and how solid teenagers are going through these problems.
Sure.
So we'll begin with Ben on the other side. What are some of the issues that teenagers are struggling through?
Of course, there are many issues.
Yeah, wow.
And starting by about what can we say about family issues back at home. So everything that these teens begin experiencing challenges is from home, and if not home, then it's school. But I'll talk about home, about family issues.
Yeah, sure.
We will find that there are a lot of parents who have issues at their backgrounds at home. That is being maybe on how the social issues at home. So this teen will grow knowing that my father has been a person who is mtu anakuanga na hasira. Issues every now and then akikuja home, he's not a figure like a father, like ile mtu anaona ni babangu, but he is feeling hawezi kuwa na interaction like every now and then anakuja anamwambia daddy how's your day, kitu kama hiyo. So when that teen goes outside there, ana feel apendwi, ana feel ana mtu wa kumkimbilia kumwambia I have certain issues, I'm feeling this and that. So there are a lot of like family issues is a very key thing, especially that I want to thank you because umesema some of us tumeepa kidogo to teenage hivyo. Yeah. And a good example I can give is that some of us when we were growing up, we knew that at home wewe ni kufika kuambiwa kitu ya kufanya na kuitisha kitu ambao unataka peke yake, si kitu ambao you every now and then unaitaka. It's not what you only need, no, not what you want. You see? And from then we have to teach these young people that sometimes tusikuwe tuna judge sana about the challenges na tukue tunaekelea vitu zingine. We have to know that I come from certain background, understand those guys. But still then we have to tell them that apart from understanding those guys or those parents, maybe dad ni mtu mkorofi, mtu mlevi, ni mtu maybe your mother has been struggling to do this and that. So unaanza kuwa affected as a young person. You feel that my dad was not playing the role as a father. But this is now the time that you have to stand out and see the brighter side of it in all that comes about the social issues at home.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've just laid a very important foundation of our talk, because that family is the beginning of everything.
Everything, yeah.
Because I know when a young person evolves, like you know, ndo umefika puberty sasa, ndo umefika adole. You know me, I always have issues with pimples kidogo kwa uso. Na watu uniambia bado sijatoka adole. Because those are some of the issues young people tunafika. Now you are from 12 now, 13 sasa ndo mtu sasa anaanza ku experience changes.
Yeah, sure.
Like if it's a girl, menses sasa ndo inakuja kwa bad. If it's a girl ajezoea kuwa na boobs, sasa ndo inaanza kutokezea vizuri.
That is true by the way.
Yeah, si ndio? Ndio sasa mtu anaanza ayuko kwanza comfortable. So when it is important also to lay to our audience that there are some problems that are external and the others that are internal.
Yeah.
Internal ni kama issue ya self esteem, ni kama now external sasa ni ile ambayo inakuja na family issues. So it is important. Family is the beginning of everything. Very important. Maureen.
I'll pick from where Ben left because I know Ben has laid a good foundation for us about the issues that the youths are facing. And Ben ameongelelea about some families whereby you'll find some parents are using drugs, for example, using alcohol. Alcohol use. You know, at times that's a challenge from the external factors like the family. And at times also we can talk about the person, like the youth himself or herself. You know, at times we do face this issue of using drug, and it's something that is coming at this age. Unaangalia age bracket, yani tunakuwa easily swayed in such a way that unaweza enda na beshte yako bash. Ukifika bash unasikia kuna drinks. Hizo drinks kuna kwanga, let's say there is soda and that kind of drinks. Then hapo kando unapataga kuna kuanga na chupa za vodka, chupa za zilitwanga nini? Mizinga ziko hapo. So at some point tutapata zimemixiwa.
Yeah,
and
sure.
for some people wanaambiwa just onja tu kidogo, it won't affect. So at times these issues that the youth are facing is drug abuse. And at times, you know, inaweza kuja kwa kujitakia ama kutojitakia, because you will find some cases whereby mtu anasema nilienda bash, nikapata sijielewi, nikabebwa, nikaekwa, unaona. But some things ni yenye tunajitakia wenyewe, unasikia kuna kungana peer pressure ati ukitumia hii kitu utakuwa high au utakuwa na hizi struggles. For example, let's say wacha nitumie example ya high school na campus, because this is the age whereby tunakuanga na peer pressure.
Yeah, sure.
And unapatanga, let's say kama pombe, from where I was high school, sita mention the name, but some girls were sneaking out of the fence na wanaenda wanatafuta pombe wanakunywa. Wengine wanabebwa shule, unapata washa suffer even mentally, because you can't be the same girl that you were ukisneak out of the school. Such cases do happen even in campus, because you'll find kuna wenye tunaingenga by the campus kama hatujafika 20s. You see, we are still teens. First year.
I was 17.
Yes. And it happens that tukiingianga campus at times tunatoka ile unaona tu family from what Ben was talking about, like tunatoka in a family whereby we are Christians, you know, we go to church, tunaambiwa tusitumie hizi vitu, but when we come to campus then we find that this is normal. Na unapata wase wanatumia. So drug abuse, peer pressure is there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Very important issues. I just want us to skip to another point that of course Maureen is trying to run away from it, but she's talking about it, depression. Because if you notice, when a person ametengwa na familia, especially young people, people tend to overthink, especially when it comes to the young girls or young ladies, when they are affected by the matters of self-esteem, ama peer pressure, it can now go and rise at other cases, depression. And depression ikimachua vizuri, watu wanajiua.
True.
I think even our audience at home can relate that in their villages, in their places of work, there are people who are undergoing something kwa sababu ilianzia at teenagehood na imemature to grow over. Kuna watu wanaamini kwamba they cannot speak in front of people. Unaona venye sisi tunaongea hivi. There are people who can say mimi siwezi ongea mbele ya watu. I think you've met them. Do you have friends wenye unawaambia shika mic, enda ongea na wase, haizi, anaogopa. Ilianzia pale kwa teenagehood, which of course ikigenerate vizuri inaenda kwa depression. After depression msee anaamua kujikill. So can we talk about depression as an issue affecting one of the struggles? What do you have to say about depression, Ben?
Okay, depression is a major issue. And in this part about teenagers, I think this should be lauded mostly to these young people because in the issue community inapitia saizi. Most of the people smile, laugh with everyone. You will think that everybody is okay. But deep down in their hearts, in their minds, they are undergoing a lot.
Yeah, wow.
And as you have said, if it inaanzia home, how somebody was brought up. Sometimes you find mtaanzia kule background mbio sana about mimi naonanga sometimes no, maybe vile watu waelewani na kitu. Kuna issues like a parent is more of insecure about his or her child. So kuna kuangana zile masharti mtu anekewangwa. And at the end of it, ile sneaking, doing silly things underground, sometimes people mess. Mtu anaweza kuwa alimess akacontract some STI. Sama mtu alikuwa alimess somewhere akakuwa na ball akatoa. Mtu alimess somewhere, maybe alienda vile Mo amesema alienda club. She was raped there. For example, akakuja akatulia. So this thing will carry on kwenda mbele. And sometimes there are issues like maybe in that of exchanging words with a parent, mtu akikuwa mdogo, he or she was told something bigger. Mtu aliambiwa kitu ambayo itamuaffect ama auntie yake, shosha yake ama nani alimwambia. So at the end of the kitu inakuanga ina grow. Mtu kujoin high school in campo at that time mtu bado hajamachua vizuri. The time anakuja kuona things on the ground, then things changes now.
Wow.
That guilt naanza kumhit. So you see, for instance, depression, I've been among the witnesses who have seen a friend committing suicide because of such issues of depression. These people cannot talk. You see, and uko home, by the way, especially that have been at home for shortly, I've seen a lot of issues going all around. So people have been like, vijana sasa tunaenda kwa issue like tunataka kusettle issues na pombe. Tunataka kusettle issues na vita. We want to show people that we have to fight out what is inside us through certain things which cannot help, of which tunaongeza makosa zingine. Sometimes you can be arrested, unaenda unaharibu fingerprints yako kwa police station. That will haunt you forever. So depression is an issue that I think also parents should be part of solving this. Wanafaa kuwa part of solution issue. And because these children, you can imagine, I as Benjamin, if I can't speak to a friend, if I can't speak to a mentor, if I can't speak to my parent, so my old result will come to hapo kwa suicide, because I don't see any other option. So about pregnancy, what about if somebody alipata pregnancy akikuwa 19 akikuwa 20 years? So either kama alitoa hiyo mimba ama bado ako nayo, it will haunt her forever.
Sure.
So kama hawezi ongea, then either ataanza kutumia zile madawa ya kutoa ball, atajipata maybe unapatanga mtu alipass akisema alikuwa anatoa ball. You see, akaenda kwa club ukasema wacha nini to is stress, manze home kumenisumbua, paro ni kama anisikizi, I have struggled every now and then, like everything I focus on ingiani kwa pombe, kutoka nje ukagongwa na gari, kutoka hivi maybe ukaibiwa, everything, you lose everything. So such things, issues, I can say that depression is an issue that it should be looked up to, and both parents and all of us as young people to settle all issues by talking out. Let's speak
sure.
out. Yeah.
Sure. More shortly about Ben has talked about depression and how we can solve it. Let me skip that point. I know you are prepared to answer that. You'll answer it. Let me just a quick fire question more. What is one problem now that you're the only lady here? What is, before we move on how we can solve the issues, one problem that the audience at home, a young girl, can relate with? What is one problem you personally faced, or you are still struggling with it, and how did you run away from it? Before we just move on, quick fire. As a lady, not as a man.
Yeah.
Three questions in one. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, MK. Honestly speaking, I think I'm here to represent the girl child.
Yeah, sure.
And honestly speaking, to be honest, being a girl is not easy. I know a girl outside there, kuna mwenye ameingia to adolescent. You know, girls at times we do face challenges zenye tukijaribu kuexplain haziji explain. For example, umeingia adolescent age, kuna kwanga na monthly periods. Unafikanga yote unakwanga na moods. Unaongeleshwa na mzazi unaona anakusumbua. Unaongeleshwa na mwalimu unaona anakusumbua. Hujazoea hii kitu. Hadi wewe mwenyewe utake kutoka kwa room yako, una get? Like hata ukiitwa, unajua ukiwa let's say ushago. Most of us are there, and una mwisho asubuhi unaambiwa enda ukaoshe vyombo. You know, for a girl anafeel ni kama anasumbuliwa. Anasumbuliwa, like what are you even telling me? Na unajua ni mzazi, you have to respect her or him because this is the person mwenye amekulea na this is the family member. Or even at school, ushaipatana na mtu unajaribu kumwongelesha, then Morina kwangi vile amechange. It's because of what she's going internally. Like at times we do go through trauma internally, like unapata hiyo period hata kuna mwenye haezi attend classes or haezi enda job because of such issues. And how to get out of this, you know, it's normal. Si kitu mpya at you are the first or the last person you're experiencing such thing. What you can do, yani unafaa kujielewa, this is my time and I have to do this. Like kama ni kuongea na watu, I have to maintain, like sifai kuongelesha anyone anyhowly because of what I'm going through inside. You try to balance, understand this is the workplace or this is the school or this is my parents. Don't just overreact. Nitasema usi overreact because the moment you overreact utaharibu kila kitu. Ni kama chumvi imekwa kwa kidonda, you get? Like ukieka kwa kidonda inakuwa uchungu zaidi na hata hautavumilia the pain.
Sure.
So one thing that you can do is first of it all ni understanding. You know, you have to understand that this is the issue. Hata kama let's say another issue, it can be early pregnancy. You've had those who are going to do KCPE, 741 students who are girls are pregnant. Na unapata 340 something ni wenye walikuwa wanaenda kukalia hiyo mtihani na they are pregnant. Such issues are normal. It's not something new that you are experiencing and I'm saying you're not the first person and you're not the last person to experience that. What you can do, talk to your parent. They are not wild animals. They are your parents. Talk to them. Talk to these people because they're the same people wamekuwa wakikulea and they can support you. Yes, wanaweza criticize. They can. By the wengine wanaweza kuchapa. But don't run away from your problems. Try facing your problems because at the end of it all you have to face your problems. No matter what, unaangalia mzazi ni mkali hadi unajua. I met a girl I think a week or 2 weeks ago, alikuwa ameibiwa simu. Sikupenda kwake. It's because alikuwa ameenda basha akarudi usiku akaibiwa simu.
Kupenda kwake.
Sasa the problem again is one, like I can't talk to my parents.
Yeah, sure.
You know, this is someone mwenye amekununulia. It's someone mwenye amekupea hivi vitu vyote. She's a girl, yes. Yeah. You fear your dad, you fear your mom, but who will you run to?
Yeah, sure.
You have to face your problems and understand that this thing, I have to face this way or that way. Like don't just overreact on what you are facing. Like kama umejua umeenda mahali ukamess, usi overreact. Take it slowly. Talk to your parents or someone who is close to you. For example, if you are in an institution, you can talk to a counselor. You can talk to someone who is near you that you trust.
Yeah, sure.
They can help you.
Sure. Wow,
yeah.
Important points for the girl child. You know, sometimes women can't relate to the things girls go through. We only relate to their own problems.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. And it's also important. So towards the end, what is our role? Because now they are parents at home. They've seen how important it is, or huyo teenager ako naye nyumbani and go through something, because as much as I can smile, you don't know what is happening in my life, because you know it's funny, human beings are created in a funny way. I can come and smile at you and laugh with you. We talk about, even some of us can talk about the very things that they are going through. You know, I had a quote, they say that some leaders are leading while bleeding.
True.
But you can't see, because they say that if you expose your problems, especially for young men, if you expose your problems, it is like exposing your wound, your bleeding wound next to a shark. It will come to haunt you. So those are some of the problems our society is undergoing. So these problems are there, naziko, sindio?
Sure.
So now towards the end, what is our role as young people? So I just want us to have a quick fire. What is our role as young people, one? And also, what is our role as parents? And three, what is our role as the society in countering? Because these problems will always be there. We cannot run away from them.
True.
A society that does not encounter problems is not growing. Even in our personal lives, come out to encounter problems have to grow. Meaning, for us to grow, these problems will always be there. So what are our roles as young people, as parents, as the society? We'll start with you, Mo.
Thank you so much, MK. And I'll start with picking from where you left, because we've talked about, like right now, we can smile outside there, and I've remembered one thing about social media. Like social media nowadays imeficha vitu mingi sana, in such a way that I can post a picture nikiwa restaurant fulani nakula vizuri, na maybe ni mtu tu ameninunulia food, but deep inside nikirudi kwa nyumba I'm suffering of mental problems, I'm suffering of physical problems, because kuna yule mtu ambaye siongeni, ama there's something that sijaipata the way forward about it. So the role of the youth in this issue about issues that affects these youths, you know, nilikuwa naongelele about kujipenda na kujituma na kujiamini, you know, like at times you have to understand that mimi si wa kwanza na mimi sitakuwa mwisho kufisi. Like kama umeface this problem of early pregnancy, don't just run away from it, you know. I can't advise you ati uende kwa daktari upewe dawa and you abort. No, that's not the right way. In the biblical way venye tunaangalia, you have to reproduce. It's something that is happening, and kama umepatikana in such issues, try to talk to someone. If you are the person that you are being affected by these issues, try talking to someone. When you talk to someone, you know, they say a problem I've shared is I've solved. So
sure.
The moment I talk with MK, the moment I talk with my parents, that's the moment that I will get this problem solved. Is apparent. Mtoto akikuongelesha, kwanza parents, mzazi, like I'm talking to parents because, you know, as a parent you mean a lot to these kids, and utapata at times some kids don't open up to their parents because of how you react to their concerns, their issues, nana. Like, let's create this society whereby a parent can speak to her daughter, her son, or, you know, like try to create this space for you to speak with your children about problems that you're facing, because at times unaweza kuwa unajudge mtoto wako na kumbe ujui kuna makosa yenye hata wewe umemfanyia. Like haezi ku-approach. Ndio maana unapata kuna mwenye hatuwezi ongea na dad, hatuwezi ongea na mom, we talk to somebody else. So as parents, let's maintain that space yenye tunaweza waruhusu watoto wetu to open up to us. As society, don't judge anyone easily, because the moment you judge a book by its cover utakuwa umefail. At times some people are crying from inside, but ukimwona unamwambia uniongeleshi, nowadays you don't text me, you don't call me, you don't talk to me. As a society, let's learn not to judge people by how they look or what their problems are when they open up to us. Let's learn to handle the issues the easy way. Try to advise them. If you can't, there's someone who you can refer to them. If you can't advise someone about early pregnancy or drug abuse, that you can leave this thing, try to refer them to someone who can handle that.
Yeah. Wow, thank you so much, Mo. Talking a lot of issues, important.
Very
Now, Ben, I just want you to do one. The role of the society.
The role
in
of
all
the
this.
society.
One, what is the role of the society? Because my producer is clicking. Time is going.
Yeah,
Time
so
is ticking.
thank you so much.
So, Ben,
Yeah.
what is our role? What is the role of the society?
The
in
role
all
of the
this?
society at
Sure.
large. Actually, I'll start with the part about people in churches, the religion.
Yeah, sure.
The chiefs, that is the officers in the community, and all of us now, plus the parents. I want to talk about parents because Mo has touched everything there. So we young people, our own roles as on how to handle these issues of the depression, these issues and challenges that you're undergoing through. So first, let's make friendship with everyone. Let's be ready to open up. Let's be ready to solve our own problems using the right channels. If you can't reach to your parents, reach to your pastor, reach to your parish priest, and if so, then move to the next level. If the chief or mzee wa mtaa kuna watu wanaitwa nyumba kumi, find them, talk to them. Everyone or some people are very ready to listen to you, and they can you can share those problems. Mo said, a problem I've shared is a problem have solved. So that's the lead. And just to finish, MK, about the issue on how most of parents should take things. Actually, more have talked about being harsh to children, being like providing everything. I always talk about this thing. If a parent can, you see that you are umekasirika because your child is doing wrong and you have provided everything. Usifikirie we young people only need those issues peke yake. There are a lot of issues that watu wanaona hivi kwa vichwa vyao. Might it be serious, formal or informal, but it matters with them and it can lead to issues like suicide. Yeah, wow. Thank you so much.
Important points.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
You guys always look amazing and wonderful. Happy that you're talking while smiling. Yeah, wow. What is your parting shot? Just 30 seconds parting shot. Yeah. Tumeongea sana, but what is your parting shot? Very powerful parting shot for 30 seconds. That is your camera.
A young person.
Yeah.
You have a chance. You have a capability. You have a future. You have a purpose. Do it now, because someday I don't want you to have that guilt of I didn't do. Speak out, stand out. People are ready and they are very ready to support you. Show people your talents, show people your abilities, and power is beyond your efforts.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yangu tu ni kawaida. I think even they're used to it because I have 3 words and they're so important. Jiamini, jipende na jitume. As a young person, remember that your tomorrow is greater than today. So don't look at what you've failed today and say this is the end, because the moment you fail today, it doesn't mean it's the end of you. When you've experienced such issues such as depression or drug abuse, you can change. You can still change. So your tomorrow is greater than today. Don't just look at what you failed today. Just look at tomorrow. Jiamini, jipende, jitume.
Oh,
sure.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
It's amazing how guys are remaining positive as much as you're talking about problems. You know, sometimes people talk about problems and they are so negative.
Sad.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. It's amazing having you guys on set today.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, our audience at home. It's also been amazing as you've walked with us all these weeks and also today as we tackled an issue about the struggles that young teenagers are going through. And we are happy having you guys. This is Youth Space, a space where we talk about anything that involves young people. We talk what is not talked about. Well, till next time, I'm your host, Ezra, and been having Benjamin Chebosun from Presbyterian University and Maureen Chepto from Presbyterian University. Well, till next time, see you. Bye.
Bye.